Well, Pilgrim, I'm back here with the book Earth's Morning or Thoughts on Genesis. Genesis 1, verses 11 through 13. And God said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb, yielding seed after his kind, and a tree yielding fruit, whose seed is in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Well, God's great work proceeds apace. We are made to trace its successive steps, rising the one above the other in fair order. There was first light, followed by the division into day and night. Then there was the atmosphere, followed by the division of the upper and the under waters. Then the earth, with its division into sea and land, so that the soil was prepared with all the needful accompaniments and appliances for making it productive. This having been done, the word goes forth, and the clothing of the earth begins with two great divisions of grass and trees, the smaller and the larger orders of the vegetable creation. All these sprang up at once when the divine command went out. And in this first generation there is contained provision for all future time, all future generations, each class being so created as to be able to reproduce itself. They could not produce others of a different kind, or gradually pass up from a lower into a higher order. Each could only bring forth his own kind. Each species was to be separate from the other, bringing forth seed after its kind. There was to be no confusion, no intermingling of diverse kinds. Such was the law of the Creator. And in the carrying out of that law, no mistakes occur, and no rebellion is ever seen. Man may mistake or resist the law, but into the lower parts of creation mistakes and self-willed resistances cannot come. All there is order, certainty, continuity, and regularity of the most perfect kind. There is a law woven into every fiber of their being, a law from which no power or skill can force them to deviate. In that law we read the will of God himself, a will stamped upon all creation, and meeting us in every clod of the soil and in every herb or flower or tree. Why does this seed bring forth only grass, and that other only corn, and that other only the shrub or the tree? Because God so willed it at first, and because he has left the stamp of that sovereign will upon the minutest seed that ripens under the autumn sun. Why do they never run into each other and become mixed or confounded, but everywhere preserve the original diversity assigned to them 6,000 years ago? So that when at any time man with all his skill fails to discriminate different seeds, he has but to appeal to these seeds themselves by covering them with a little moist soil, and forthwith each seed declares itself without mistake, without uncertainty. Because in each of these atoms of creation there is a force at work far superior to man, the will of Jehovah. Why does not the acorn sometimes through mistake produce the elm, or the fir cone the chestnut, or the thistledown the rose of Sharon? Why does not the fig tree sometimes pass into the vine, or the branching cedar shoot up into naked stateliness and put on the coronet of the palm? In all these myriads of seeds there is oftentimes abortion, but never a mistake. The seed may rot and die, so failing in its end, but otherwise it fails not. In a perfect world there would be no abortion or decay, but this world of ours is blighted, and therefore failure exists. But it is simply failure, not mistake. It is Jehovah's will that they should often prove abortive, in order to be a witness to sin and the curse. But it is also his will that there should be no mistake, no confusion, that it may be seen even in the lowest, that he is still the sovereign of creation. Thus has God engraven the insignia of his sovereignty upon all his handiworks, even the minutest. The form and color of each seed, each leaf, each blossom, all is continuing to this day without mixture or confusion, are the badges of his sovereignty as well as the witnesses of his wisdom and love. This day's work, which God pronounces good, and which he dates as in other places, may be called either the clothing or the painting of creation. Figure, size, proportion had all been given before, but still earth was a dark brown mass of mingled soil and rock. But now the command goes out for its adornment. For God's purpose is to make it a world of beauty as well as of stability, seeing he is himself the possessor and source of all that is beautiful. He chooses blue for the color of the sky and the sea, but he chooses green for the hue of earth. His word spreads over its varied surface the green mantle, which has from that day to this made it to be known as the green earth. Think on these things, pilgrim, the beauty of God's earth. Yeah, I look out this window, I see it all. I see God. I see his handiwork. It's all for me. God bless, pilgrim. Have a blessed, blessed day.